What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with this latest physique update from Blessing Avodibu. So if he has started his prep so early, he must be looking to compete, probably at Detroit Pro next year, the first show of 2026. And just the timing of that show, that kind of makes it pretty obvious that Detroit Pro is gonna be a very difficult show, especially for someone like Blessing, who has obviously been struggling with balancing out his quads in comparison to his upper body. So did he make some progress based on this video? Well, the camera is set kind of at an angle, which makes his quads look a bit bigger. But most importantly, not a single expert out there they can predict whether he will be able to show up with bigger legs with more of that outer quad sweep, because the man has been struggling with this same issue for so many years now. And on top of all that, he hasn't truly been stage ready since 2022. So we're not even sure about the extent of his improvements that we saw at the Legion Sports. And even in that show, he was unable to make top 5, and that was a comparatively weaker lineup. Even though he was so far off, still the legs on him, they weren't looking that big. In fact, because of the waistline, the obliques, the X-frame and the V-taper, that was totally gone. Now, truth be told, this is going to be a very difficult task for Blessing to win a show, especially in 2026, considering the depth of the competition, unless he shows up with some massively improved quads, and that is something he has been unable to do for the past 3 years or so. So him parting ways with George Farah after not doing that good at his Olympia debut back in 2022, that was a bad call. Let's just ignore the fact that he has a glaring weakness. The fact is he has been unable to bring that same level of condition that we saw from him back in 2022 at the Indy Pro and the New York Pro. Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. Next up, we have an update from Patrick Moore. So Patrick had one very impressive showing earlier this year at the same show as Blessing, and that was the Legion Sports, where he placed second behind Tony Burton. So after that, he did Tampa Pro and Texas Pro, where again he looked good, but still not good enough for the judges to place him in the top 5. So Patrick has been competing as a pro since 2019. He stepped on the Olympia stage twice in his career. Looking at the scope of the men's open bodybuilding right now, and how fast and quickly all these young guys, they are coming up, all that new talent, not just emerging but also improving at such a fast pace from all these different regions in the world, Patrick is gonna have a very difficult time winning another show in the future. Just like Blessing. I'm gonna say probably even more than Blessing. Now, this guy has some of the most beautiful physique in the men's open class, but the fact is he has been kind of stuck in a place where he's too big for classic and still too small for the open. And that has been the case for many of these past years. And the one thing that really goes against him, that is his age at this point. If I'm not mistaken, he's in his 40s now, which is the time where many bodybuilders and their physique that start to decline. Now some IFBB pros, they just aren't meant to be 270 pounds on the stage. And as beautiful as Patrick's physique is, he lacks the thickness, he lacks the density, he lacks the mass in so many shots. And we cannot expect to see overall size and muscularity improving dramatically going forward. Just because there aren't any easy show to qualify for the Olympia, the chances of him securing his Olympia spot, that looks very difficult. And that is gonna be a very big challenge moving forward for Patrick Moore. Next up, we have an update from 2 times Olympia champion Derek Lunsford. So a big shout out to Antoine for posting this as he visited Derek's gym today. So did you guys notice that Derek is kind of staying away from the social media after the Olympia this year, but that is also the case Every time he's done with his prep, we saw the exact same pattern from him. Last year too, when he lost the Olympia title, he cut off all the noise and he went back to work. And when nobody expected that Derek's name that would be on the honor list, he just simply shocked everyone. And people can say whatever they wanna say. But Derek is the most successful bodybuilder of 2025. And no one even comes close to that. So he won 3 major titles in one single year. And guess what? No one has ever done that before in the entire bodybuilding world. So what has been Derek up to in this post-Olympia phase? Resetting and recharging for the upcoming year, as he has got some weaknesses that he has to address in his physique. So the way his quads looked at this past Olympia and the way they are looking right now when he most probably isn't running any big cycle, and how the quads on him are still looking huge, that just goes to show us that the quads on him, they will no longer be a weak point or a point of criticism in the future for Derek. Now, if he decides to focus just on the Olympia, this will be his first big off-season with his coach Chris Aceto. And if you look at it, so far they both have had a legendary run together. And Derek hasn't lost a single show that he has done with Chris Aceto so far. So, I'm guessing the man is about to make some serious progress in 2026 because he knows all these other guys like Hadi, Samson, Andrew, Martin, they are all gunning for him. So the bodybuilding world, that is about to see the freakiest bodybuilder on the planet a little more than 2 weeks from now. So the 2024 Olympia champion Samson Dauda, he's gonna be a guest star in Spain at the Big Man Weekend. And guess what? He will be guest posing at the same show. And just looking at the size of him right now, the fans there, they are in for a treat 100%. Because the man is already 320 plus pounds, looking like an absolute monster. And the fact that we still have 2 more weeks to go, he's gonna be even bigger. Now, yes, I know, Samson had an year which was far from ideal, and he would 100% wanna forget this, because the biggest blow, that was losing to Martin at Prog Pro. But people are very quick to forget about all these top bodybuilders and how impressive Samson can be if he gets back. I'm gonna say when he gets back to his trademark size, and he must be very angry on the outcome of the Olympia this year too.
When I look at it, he's pissed and he's like, okay, if you guys want size, I'm going to give you size. And we're probably going to see the biggest Samson doubter that we've ever seen. That's just my opinion from seeing his posts.
So he's going all in, chasing size, getting bigger, putting on all the muscle that he possibly can. And I am 100% certain that he's gonna freak some people out whenever he decides to compete in 2026, be it at the Arnold or at the Olympia too. So the time span between the Olympia and Prague, that was way too little for someone like Samson Dauda to properly fill up. Now, he did bring a more fuller, more rounder package, but the legs, they weren't quite there yet. And now that he has been eating big, and we can see from his physique updates that he looks ginormous, the world is about to get a glimpse of what a 325 pounds mass monster looks like on the stage. So we will probably see the biggest version of Samson Dauda to step on the stage in 2026. So what are your expectations from the former Olympia champion? Also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.